The next concept that we are going to discuss is about the Lewis concept. So according to Lewis concept, an acid is a substance which can accept a pair of electron and base is a substance which can donate a pair of electron. Here you can see a reaction, the A plus plus B minus giving an AB. So here A plus is a species that can take an electron pair from the B minus, so that the A plus is considered as a Lewis acid. Why? Just because the A plus has a tendency to accept a electron pair from the other species. And but if you are considering the B minus, it has a tendency to donate a pair of electron to the other species, that is to the A plus. Therefore, we can say that the species B minus is a species which donate an electron and it can act as a Lewis base according to the Lewis concept. So here the A plus is a Lewis acid and the B minus is a Lewis base, and together they forms a coordinate covalent bond, that is the AB. And this theory is also valuable for non-protonic systems. Why? Just because this Lewis concept is totally based on the donating and accepting nature of a substance to take the electrons and giving an electron. And because it categorizes substances other than proton donors and acceptors as the acids and bases. That is why this theory is very valuable for the non-protonic system. For that we can consider an example. Here you can see the boron trifluoride and this is an ammonia. So what happens here? This boron trifluoride accepts an electron pair, that is the NH3 has an electron pair here, and this electron pair is accepted by the BF3, that is boron trifluoride, and forms a bond in between that is BF3 NH3. But here as a boron trifluoride accepts a pair of electron from NH3 and it can act as a Lewis acid, and the NH3 which donates a pair of electron to the BF3, it can act as a Lewis base. Therefore we can say that the boron trifluoride is a Lewis acid and the NH3 is a Lewis base. Some other examples for the Lewis concept is given here. Here one column is given. So this is a acceptor and this is a donor. If you are considering the already the BF3 and NH3 is example is already given to you. Here the BF3 is an acceptor and NH3 is a donor, and together they forms a donor acceptor compound. So other examples for this is SnCl4 with a 2R2O. They are forming a donor acceptor compound, that means R2O twice SnCl4. And the other example is when H plus combining with the NH3, the H plus is accepting and the NH3 is donating, therefore forming an NH4 plus. So next is of FeCl3 and Cl minus, and it is forming a donor acceptor compound FeCl4, and other is Ag plus and 2Cn minus, that forms a donor acceptor compound, that is AgCN twice minus. Another example is SO3 and O2 minus. We are getting a compound, means we are getting a product or the compound, that means SO4 2 minus, or SO3 is a acceptor and O2 minus is a donor. Another is a BF3 and F minus. If you are considering a reaction between BF3 and F minus, the F minus will donate to the BF3 and the BF3 is accepting the F minus. Therefore, the compound formed is the BF4 minus. So that is all about the concept of the general concept of Lewis acids and base concept. And next we are discussing the condition for the Lewis acids and bases. If a substance is acting as a Lewis acid, and what all are the conditions should be followed for that particular substance. Therefore, we can see here, first one, what all are the conditions are required for a substance to be acting as a Lewis base. The first condition is that all anions can act as a Lewis base. Why the all anions can be act as a Lewis base? Because they have the tendency to donate electron pair, and the greater charge density on the anion means the greater the base strength. So first the point is that the anions have the tendency to donate an electron pair, and if that the charge on that anion is a greater density, then it has a greater base strength also. So one example is given here, F minus plus BF3. It is already given, then once again I am repeating that F minus plus BF3, you are getting a product that means BF4 minus. And other example is that, or the other condition is that, the second condition is that the substances having unshared or lone pair of electron can act as a Lewis base. The second condition for the Lewis base is that if any substance having an unshared or lone pair of electron, we can say that it is a Lewis base. For example of such substances are water. We know that in water it consisting of a lone pair electron, and in ammonia, that is NH3, in other is either R2O or ROR. Then ketones, that means R2CO, that is a carbonyl compound. Then alcohols. So all these substances are having either an unshared or lone pair of electron. So the other condition is that not only the anions or the substances having an unshared or lone pair electron, well, one more condition is existing there, that is an important condition, that is alkenes or alkynes that can form coordinate bond with metal ions and CO or C6H6 or NO and so, which form the pi complexes with the transition metal. They can also act as a Lewis base. The alkenes, alkynes that can form coordinate bond, such a type of alkene and alkynes which can form coordinate bond with the metal ions or CO, C6H6, NO, etc. That means it can form the pi complexes with the transition metal. Such types of alkenes and alkyne can also act as a Lewis base. So these are the three important conditions for a substance to act as a Lewis base. Then next I am going to discuss what may be the condition to act a substance to act as a Lewis acid. The first condition is that all cations are Lewis acids. That means cations means the larger cations behave as weak acids, and the smaller cations such as H plus Ag plus Fe2 plus behave as strong acids also. Or we can say that the smallest cation H plus ion behave as a strongest Lewis acid. Why it is so? Here we already given here smaller cation behave as strong acids. From that we can understand that H plus is the smallest cation. Therefore we can say that it is the strongest Lewis acid. The next condition is that electron deficient compound or molecules containing a central atom with an incomplete octet can act as a Lewis acid. First condition is that all cations are Lewis acid. So what is the condition for a substance to act as a cation? That is, the substance may be an electron deficient compound or the molecules containing a central atom with an incomplete octet. That substance can act as a Lewis acid. An example for such condition is that BF3, BCl3, BMe thrice and AlCl3 and so on. So there are many examples for the Lewis acids. One example is given here, BF3 plus NH3, you are getting a BF3NH3. Here the BF3 is acting as an acid. Okay, that means a Lewis acid. And other example is AlCl3 plus NC2H5. Here the nitrogen is giving the electron pair to the AlCl3, and the adduct form is AlCl3NC2H5. Here the AlCl3 is acting as an acid. Okay. The next condition to get or to behave as a Lewis acid is that molecules with a central atom with a vacant d orbital. If a molecule has a vacant d orbital, then only that molecule can accept an electron. So that is also a condition for the Lewis acid. The molecules with a central atom with the vacant d orbital. An example for such substances are the certain atoms of halides such as silica. That means SiX4, SnX4, GeSX4. That means TiCl4, PX3, PF5, SCF4 and TeCl4. All these substances will behave as a Lewis acid. Why? This because they have vacant d orbital and behave as a Lewis acid by extending their valency shell beyond the octet. These substances have vacant d orbital. That is why these substances can act as a Lewis acids. One example is also some more examples also given here. SiF4 plus 2F minus giving SiF6 2 minus, and SnCl4 plus 2Cl minus, you are getting an SnCl6 2 minus. So here the SiF4 and the SnCl4 is acting as a Lewis acid. You just note one thing, that the strength of the Lewis acidity of the tin halides can be represented as SnF4, which is greater than SnCl4, which is greater than the SnBr4 and SnI4. Here all the metals are Sn, and we are comparing the strength on the basis of the fluorine, chlorine, bromine and the iodine. If you are comparing in such a way, if you are getting the strength of the acidity is SnF4 is the strongest a substance having the strongest Lewis acidity. Here the SnCl2 has a particular nature that it can act as both a Lewis acid and a base. And oxides and halides of group of 15 can also act as a Lewis acids. So all these points comes under this particular category, that is the molecules with a central atom with a vacant d orbital. The next point for a substance to act as a Lewis acid is the molecule having a multiple bond between atoms of dissimilar electronegativity. With one or more bonds has Lewis, or one or more bonds behave as Lewis acid. Here CO2, SO2, SO3. So these are the molecules has a multiple bond between atoms of the dissimilar electronegativity. So therefore we can say that here the SO2 behaves as both a Lewis acid and base. So it is an exceptional case. So all these are the conditions for certain substance to behave as a Lewis acids. Next we are discussing the limitations of the Lewis concept. Even though this Lewis concept has the greatest importance or greater advantage, this concept, or which is using as a newest concept, this concept is also having certain limitations. And here I am focusing some of the limitations of this Lewis concept. And the first one is that it does not provide us any information or any uniform scale of acid or base strength. It won't give any uniform information or uniform scale of acid or base strength of a particular substance. And it failed to tell us whether the salt formation is related to the acid base behavior or not. We don't know whether that the salt formation is related to the reaction between the acid and base, or it is not. That is the main limitation. The next point is normal acid base reactions are fast. We know that normally the acid base reactions are fast, but complex formation in terms of donor acceptor bond formation is a slow process. So that is another limitation. The next is bonding in compounds like nickel tetracarbonyl or CrC6H6 twice are beyond the scope of Lewis concept. The bonding in certain complexes cannot be explained using the Lewis concept. So these are the major limitations of the Lewis concept. Next concept, which is a very simple concept, that is the Usenovich concept. So according to this concept, an acid is defined as any species which is capable of giving cations, or which is capable of combining with anions, or you can say that neutralizing a base to give a salt. And according to this concept, a base may be defined as any species which is capable of giving up anions or electrons, or it can combining with a cation, or it can neutralize an acid to give a salt. Both the acid and bases will neutralize with a substance, other substance to give a salt. If it is an acid, it neutralizes a base to give a salt, and if it is a base, it is neutralizing with an acid to give a salt. So, or otherwise we can explain this concept as, according to this concept, an acid may a species or chemical species which can react with a base, or it can accept an anions or electrons, or it furnishes a cations. Or we can see that a base is any chemical species that reacts with an acid, or it can accept a cations, or it furnishes anions or electron. You go through both these definitions and you study which is simple for you. Okay. The example for Usinowicz concept is Na2O plus SO3 gives 2Na plus plus SO4 2 minus. Here the species exchanges the O2 minus, and here the Na2O exchanges O2 minus to SO3 and it forms to the SO4 2 minus. So therefore we can say that Na2O is a base and SO3 is an acid. And here the next example is 3NH4 twice Es plus Sb2 S5. You are getting then NH4 plus plus 2 Sb S4 3 minus. Here the exchanged substance is not O2 minus. Here it is S2 minus, and the S2 minus is exchanged from 3NH4 twice S to the Sb2 S5. So it changes into 6NH4 plus plus 2 SbS4 3 minus. Okay. Therefore we can say that the Sb2S5 is an acid and NH4 twice S is a base. And the next simple example is 2Na plus Cl2. You are getting 2Na plus plus 2Cl minus, and here the exchange species is an electron. It is not an O2 minus, it is not an S2 minus. Here it is an electron. Here the electron is exchanged, and therefore the 2Na is considered as a base and the Cl2 is considered as an acid which accepts an cation, which accepts the electron. Therefore, we can also some more examples given here, that is acid HCl plus NaOH. You are getting a salt, that is a salt formation. The next example is HCl plus NH3. Each acid gives up a cation and forms an NH4 plus Cl minus. You just go through the example and study this example, and the next thing I am going to discuss is the limitations. So the limitation is, according to this concept, we know that all substances that can be defined as an acid or base in terms of other acid-base concept. The next limitation is, this definition includes all redox reactions and acid-base reaction. So both these are the major limitations of this Usinowicz concept.